Hi, this is Keenan Casey with tutsplus.com. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the File Transfer Protocol, FTP, an old but really important protocol. What's the point of FTP? It's very simple. The point of FTP is to move files from one computer to another computer. On the right, just got a screenshot of one FTP client, FileZilla. It's used to graphically, in this case, move files from some computer to another computer. FTP has the following characteristics that are important. FTP is a stateful protocol. That means it keeps state on the client and server to maintain the current session. Secondly, it's a text-based protocol. That means all of the commands and responses that get sent back and forth between client and server are plain ASCII. Thirdly, it is a client-server architecture. It's a very clear client, a very clear server. Lastly, FTP follows a command response model. That means that commands are sent to the server sends responses back to the client. Let's take a look at how FTP works. FTP works by maintaining two channels. A command channel, where commands are sent back and forth between client and server, and a data channel. The data channel is where the actual data is transferred. Unlike HTTP, which is stateless, FTP has to maintain state in order to implement these two channels. FTP uses a mechanism whereby commands are sent from the client to the server that updates the state in the server, and responses are sent back to the client. When appropriate, such as when an upload command is sent or a download command is sent, information will be sent over the data channel from the client to the server or vice versa. So FTP is a stateful protocol. FTP is a text-based protocol. All the commands and responses are simple text. It's a client-server architecture that uses commands and responses, or requests and responses, to accomplish its jobs. What does an FTP command and reply look like? Here's a list of some common FTP commands. Most of them are very easy to understand by looking at them. A lot of them sound like Unix commands. User and pass are two commands that have a parameter after them that give the username and password to log into the server. List does a directory listing. CWD will change the working directory to some other directory. Retrieve and store are the two commands to pull down a file, to download it, or to push up, to upload a file. Delete is also supported. So these are the commands sent from the client to the FTP server. This table illustrates some of the common reply codes in a short description. You can see all of the main types of replies that would have to happen. Username and password are required and weren't given. A data connection is open and we're going to start the transfer. We can't open the data connection. The username or password is invalid, or there's some error in writing a file. There are lots more replies. This is just a sampling of some of the common replies in FTP. One really important thing to take note of about FTP is that it is incredibly insecure. Remember that FTP commands are sent as ASCII text over the control channel, and this means that everything that's sent over the control channel is plain text. That means if anybody can overhear this communication, they can easily decipher what's being said. So for example, if your username is Bob and your password is secret pass, a message that looks just like this will be sent over the control channel. Anyone who can overhear this packet can read the username and password and compromise your account. FTP was designed a long time ago when security wasn't really a concern. So if you need security today, which you most certainly do, you should consider a more secure alternative to FTP, like SFTP or FTPS or many others. FTP is not secure. There's no encryption. Confidential, secret information like username and password is sent in plain text. Let's do a quick comparison of FTP and HTTP, two important protocols. As we've said, both protocols are text-based. They both use ASCII text, and that makes messages very easy to read and write. One big difference between the two is their statefulness. FTP maintains state for ongoing user sessions. Transactions are not independent. HTTP, on the other hand, is completely stateless. Every request response is independent. It's not dependent upon previous transactions. A last big difference between FTP and HTTP is that FTP uses two channels, a command and a data, whereas HTTP sends the data and the commands over the same channel. Right? We have message headers and the message body. This has been a quick look at FTP, an important but old and insecure application layer protocol on the Internet Protocol Stack. I'm Keenan Casey for tutsplus.com. Thanks for watching.